bunnies, and welcome back to Woodland Bunny. So today we have the end of year book tag, which I'm so excited to film. It is November, so I feel like it is nearing the end, so it's appropriate for this book tag, and I have seen so many people do it, so I wanted to join in the fun, so let's get into it. That has to be all my currently reading pile. I have so many and I'm dropping them everywhere. I'm gonna have to do another installment in the I'm currently reading so many books series that I have been doing unintentionally. I have just been letting my currently reading pile mount up because I start books and then I put them down because another book piques my interest, being the mood reader that I am, and then I never get to finishing, and then we end up with a pile like this. So expect another installment in that series to come shortly. So for me, the quintessential autumn read is a cozy setting and atmospheric in the sense of it has a spookiness to it or a gothicness vibe, or it is filled with witches, ghosts, a paranormal creature of sorts, and then it has cozy elements woven in, whether that be found family or romance that makes me giddy. So that is like my quintessential autumn read. So I feel like I'm going to be picking up any books that screams that to me. Although I don't always read the back of books, I don't 100% like to know all that what the book is about before going into it. But yeah, that's my plans in terms of what I'm reading in this autumnal transitional season. But I have just been reading a lot of autumn books that I had on my autumn TBR that I filmed, so expect a vlog for that one shortly too. Not really. I haven't really been paying much attention to new releases this year. I've just been solely focused on my TBR with Project TBR Zero. And yeah, so I've only really been focusing on new releases when I've read a book and I've just been scrabbling as to whether it's the first installment in a series or whether there's any other companion novels to it. And if that's the case, then I tend to just add them to my ongoing book wish list. And a lot of those haven't released yet because a lot of the first books I'm picking up in this series have only just released themselves. So I would say that I'm looking forward to quite a lot of second installments in series that I have started, but none in particular. I would say the only release that I'm really looking forward to, and which I think may already be out now, is Bookshops and Bone Dust. But that's also an answer for another question later down the line, so I'm not going to speak too much about that one. But apart from that, I don't think there's any releases that I'm that eager to get my hands on because, like I say, I've just been very much focused this year on my own TBR. So the 3 books that I want to read before the end of the year include Fourth Wing, just because of the hype it's getting to me, and I own it as well. It's literally right here, and the release of Iron Flame has made the hype for this Fourth Wing book mount up again, and I'm just so interested to see whether I fall into the category of loving it or hating it, because I feel like it's very much dividing the community, and I've just been seeing it absolutely everywhere, and I really am wanting to get to it. Then the second book in which I'm wanting to get to is Bookshops and Bone Dust, in which I mentioned just before. I'm really wanting to read it because I just loved Legends and Latte, and that's the second installment in that little series. And it just seems so like the quintessential autumn read that I was mentioning before, so that makes me extremely excited. And then for a third book, I don't think I have anything in which it's something that I have to read before the end of the year. I'd probably just be cheeky and say my book club picks for the rest of the year. So for November it's The Poppy War, and then I haven't yet decided what December's books is. But apart from that, yeah, I think these are all of the books that I'm wanting to get to before the end of the year. I think I obviously also have to say read as many books on my own TBR as possible, since I am doing Project TBR Zero this year. But yeah, these are all of my answers to that question. I feel like every book I pick up has the potential to be a favourite, but I'm quite sad this year because I feel like I haven't had that many 5-star reads. I think when I go at the end of the year and do a reflection on my statistics, I will find that I have had quite a few. But in terms of reads that I can remember, I don't have that many 5-star reads. So I'm really obviously always hopeful that every book I pick up will shock me and become a favourite, but I don't really have any one book in mind that I think is potentially a 5-star read for me. But yeah, I feel like I'm in a little bit of a slump at the moment in terms of my owned books, and that kind of leads me on to the next question of I made any reading plans for 2024? And I would say that is yes. And this is less reading plans and more just surrounding books in general, that I had such a soul heavy focus on reading my own TBR this year that I kind of just lost the joy of book shopping and buying books and being excited about new releases as well as all of my books that I own. And I got so focused and so narrowed down on just reading everything I own that it kind of just made me lost the spark for it. So I think in 2024 I'm going to allow myself just to buy books, not focus heavily on just getting my TBR down to 0 again, although that will always be the goal, but not restrict myself to the point where I'm not enjoying it anymore. So I feel like in 2024 I'm gonna have like a two-way goal of I'm getting my TBR down and I'm trying to get it to 0, but at the same time I'm not restrictive on the books that I'm allowed to buy. And if I see books upcoming that I really enjoy, then I buy them, because I feel like that's what happened this year. Is I've seen a lot of releases that have come out but I haven't bought them because I felt guilty almost for having to read my TBR. So yeah, in 2024 I'm getting rid of that and just allowing myself to have free reign and just enjoy it again. So yeah, these are all of the questions in which I have to answer today for this book tag. I really enjoyed doing it, although I didn't answer was the finite answers, so apologies about that, but I hope you still enjoyed it nevertheless. So thank you ever so much for watching this video, and I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you have a wonderful day or night. And until next time, my friends, bye!